and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here today. So today's reading is the monthly reading for February 2026 for the fire sign Sagittarius. Sagittarius, I hope that you are doing well. I hope that your new year is off to a great start. So we're going to be pulling, we're going to be doing a 10-card Celtic cross spread using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck. As I usually remind you, the messages may or may not resonate. I do encourage you to watch not just your sun sign reading, but your moon and rising, so you can have a more complete overview of the energies surrounding you at this time. If you do enjoy the reading, the messages do resonate, please consider giving the video a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate that. You could also subscribe to the channel. That way you will be notified whenever I do post new content. And lastly, if you're looking for more frequent content, sort of shorter, daily, weekly videos, you can find those over on TikTok. So I'm at Changing Phases Tarot on TikTok. I'm currently posting on a new series that I'm doing for sort of the new year, people looking to get into tarot card reading. I'm doing a series on Learn to Read the Tarot. So if you're interested in that, find those videos over on TikTok. All right, let's get going. So you begin with the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is often referred to as sort of the, it's the feeling kind of left out in the cold. You can see on the card, the woman is actually outside in the middle of this barren forest in the winter. There's snow around, representing the sort of lack of financial stability, right? But we do see behind her, there is a light in the background. So it's like there is help available if she would just ask for the help. So that's usually sort of the guidance with this Five of Pentacles is, even if you might be going through a difficult time financially speaking, there's help available. So just, reaching out, accepting help from other people. But it's this lack mentality surrounding your finances. The Suit of Pentacles has to do with the work that we do. It's material possessions here in the physical realm. It can be home. So, there is this sort of, difficult energy surrounding your finances, but it's helped or hindered by the Emperor. And this is a very positive energy to kind of help you out of this Five of Pentacles energy, because the Emperor is a major arcana. It's number 4 of the major arcana. And 4s in the tarot, they represent stability. They're sort of foundational type of energy. The Emperor is, he's very good at coming up with new ways of doing things. If there's like a new job to get started, a new project to begin, he's definitely the type of energy that you would want. He has, you can see there's 2 kind of globes here. So this crystal ball, the great vision he brings. He's associated with the fire sign of Aries, but very, very powerful. And he rules over, he's sort of like the King of Kings. So instead of ruling over just a kingdom, he rules over an entire empire. So, a much greater responsibility. Could be dealing with somebody in authority. So this sort of authority figure could be you, possibly moving up to, an authority figure position. This help coming to get you out of the Five of Pentacles, it could be from this authority figure. We'll see how that plays in with the rest of the spread. In the deep past, you have the Nine of Cups. This is the minor arcana version of the star card, so of the wish upon a star. And you can see that on the card, she's blowing, she has the dandelion blowing off the fluff, out into the universe, representing the fact that she's setting her intentions, right? Making this wish, putting it out into the universe, and then trusting that the universe will provide. The Suit of Cups, it deals with emotions. It can be relationships, family. So it's, it's wish fulfillment sitting in the deep past. In the recent past, we have major arcana number 18, the moon. And the moon there could be hidden things coming to light with the moon. Well, depending on when you watch this reading, right, you might have already experienced this energy. The moon is associated with the water sign of Pisces. But it's, it can be hidden things coming to light. It can be needing to face our own fears about, something or a situation. it also, it encourages us to tap into our own intuition. So to uncover maybe some of these things that are coming to light, to be able to uncover them. So tapping into our intuition, paying attention to signs, synchronicities, messages coming through at nighttime, right, in our sleep. So while we're asleep at night, our dreams, might be a good time for you to keep a dream journal. We have crowning the reading, the Hanged Man. This is number 12 of the Major Arcana. And, the Hanged Man he can represent a delay in something happening. But just know that, if there is a delay, there's a reason for it. So there's sort of divine timing at play. But he's also associated with the water sign of Pisces. So, water energy coming in here. But he's also about needing to see things from a new, this new vantage point, having a new perspective, gaining a new perspective on a situation. Because obviously, if he were right side up, he would not be able to, to have the same sort of outlook that he is able to have by being in this uncomfortable position, tied upside down in the tree. So possibly needing to see a situation or see something from a different point of view. And that could also go back to this Five of Pentacles sitting center of the spread, right, to help you out of that Five of Pentacles energy. We have coming in the near future, the Page of Swords. You could be dealing with a younger air sign individual, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. And typically pages, they bring in news about something. This can be news or information coming in. Sometimes it can come in quite quickly, right? Sometimes this Page of Swords shows up if somebody is kind of keeping tabs on you. Like, I won't say stalking you, but just, monitoring what you do, maybe checking out, what you do, or what your social media profiles, which it doesn't necessarily have to be, bad. If you are, for example, going out for a job, you might have put your resume out, and submitted a resume for a position, and then it's the company or the human resources people just going on, looking at your CV, going on to your online, your social media accounts, taking a look just to see sort of what you're about. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like stalker type energy, but it can be somebody keeping tabs on you. But, fast-paced information coming in. You show up as the Eight of Swords, which it's a tricky energy in that you can see on the card, she's surrounded by the swords, right? She's blindfolded, representing this thinking that she's in some type of, prison, unable to get out of this situation. But in actual fact, right, she could easily get between the swords here, right? They're not that close together. She could get out, just walk out from between the swords, and she could remove the blindfold and and see the situation for what it is. So it's thinking that you're stuck, right? Feeling that you're in this mental prison, like, and not being able to see your way out of it. Also, with the blindfold, there is this this guidance to, once again, use your intuition, right? If you feel that you're stuck or you're unsure of how to get out of it, the situation, then rely on your intuition, which does go back here as well to the Moon card. We have in your surroundings the Seven of Pentacles. So there's a focus here on, the money that you're earning, the work that you do. The Seven of Pentacles is, sometimes it can show up when it's like you can see that she's feeling quite satisfied. She's in the garden. There's growth here. So we have movement, progression from the 5 to the 7. So there's improvement as in your finances as you move through the month. But she's kind of taking stock of what she's achieved so far, right? She's sitting down. She's obviously been able to reap the rewards of her hard labor because she has a basket full of fruit, right? So she feels good about that. But she's also sort of taking stock of where she is and trying to decide, is this going to get me all the way from where I am through to the through to the 10 of Pentacles, right? The sort of the generational type wealth. Do I need to do anything differently? Do I need to head in a different direction? I've put in all this hard work and effort. Am I getting out of this, whatever this thing is, this job, this, how I earn my money, this situation? Is it worth it? Basically, is the message with the Seven of Pentacles. we have in your hopes and fears the Knight of Cups. So for some of you, you could be hoping for this knight in shining armor to come in. And it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic in nature. The Knight of Cups, he could be more of a middle-aged water sign individual that you're dealing with this month, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. He could be bringing in an offer. Yes, it could be an offer of love, right? So for some of you, there could be this. He's sort of he's the type of person who's in love with the idea of being in love. He's very romantic. He brings in this beautiful offer of love here. But it could also be an offer, say if it's a job offer or some other type of offer that brings you great joy, great happiness, but you're hoping for an offer to come in this month. Oh, as the outbound energy, that's interesting. So you have the unknown card, which is actually, it's an additional major arcana card in this particular deck, in the Crystal Visions deck, and it comes after the last of the major arcanas, the World card. And it is called the unknown card. And it, just as the card depicts, right, we have the woman with, instead of a crystal ball, this very opaque ball. So she is unable to gain any insight, right, any vision from this ball. So she's, again, we see the reference to the moon in the background. She's guided to use her intuition. So that's kind of double, triple messages coming through here for you, that you need to rely heavily on your intuition this month. Rely on that gut feeling, right? Pay attention to it. Again, the moon in the background, so pay attention to the things coming through in your dreams. I'll pull the next card just to not to leave it with this unknown, and it's the Queen of Pentacles. So as far as progressing from the 5 to the 7 to the Queen, there's a definite improvement in your finances this month. Could be dealing with this Queen of Pentacles. She could play a significant role this month. If so, she would typically be an older Earth sign individual, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. She's like the Earth Mother. She's very financially stable, kind of like the Earth Mother, takes care of her home, her family. But there is progression as far as your career, your finances go. And we have, I mentioned the last of the major arcana. Here it is at the bottom of the deck. So your overall energy for the month is the World card. So significant ending. This could be, you ending a chapter in your life, heading in a new direction. That could, for some of you, be, that could be travel, with you traveling to a different place in the world. This offer coming in, this might be at a great distance. It might be even like an international offer, or it might involve international travel for some of you, or just dealing with people that work for that company. They might work in different places, different offices around the world. But it looks like a good month, but you're definitely, you're being called to rely or tap into your intuition as you move through the month. But news coming in, offers coming in, possible delays, needing to see things from a different perspective as you move through the month of February. But overall, it looks like a positive month for you. So I do hope that the messages have helped. I thank you for joining me today. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful month of February. Bye for now.